Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to today's online sessions class. So, in our last class, we had a discussion on A Wrong Man in Workers' Paradise, written by Rabindranath Tagore. And today, we are going to have a discussion on a poem called Punishment in Kindergarten. This is a poem's name, Punishment in Kindergarten. So this is by Kamala Das. The writer's name is Kamala Das. So before going to this poem in detail, so in the textbook, page number 21, we have given some kind of pre-reading activities before entering the poem, which you have to elicit. So this is nothing but pre-reading activities, nothing but it is like eliciting. So in this pre-reading activities, we'll come across with 7 to 8 points, which I am going to read out for you people, so that you can understand what exactly the pre-reading activity meant by, or what exactly the eliciting meant by. So now the first pre-reading activity is, do you remember your school days? Do you remember your school days? So this is a very common activity, very common experience with every student remembering our school days. So all of us, we have memories, we have reminiscence of our school days where we have enjoyed a lot. So everyone remembers exactly the school days. So this is a pre-reading activity. The first point for you people, try to remember your school days, how were those days were, right? And now let us come to the second pre-reading activity. Do you have happy memories of your school days or unhappy ones? So generally, for every individual in student life, particularly when it comes to schooling, everyone, we have our happy days itself. So there may be some kind of unhappy incidents also that would have been taken place in our lives, but the thing is, most of the moments were happy for everyone, particularly in terms of school days. And now try to remember your memories. Have you led your school life happily or unhappily? This is the second pre-reading activity. And now let us come to the third one. What was the best thing about your school life? What was the worst? So there are a number of experiences that everyone has, particularly in our school days. So the best thing about your school life, my best thing about my school life is listening classes very carefully and making mischievous things like. And what was the worst? So listening mathematics class was the worst thing in my life. So this is the best thing that I have given you, and the worst thing, mathematics, I have given you my own experience, so that you can memorize your best things of your school days, and you can also memorize your worst things in your school days. And the fourth one, how was your relationship with your teachers? So generally every pupil or student wants to sustain a friendly relationship with the teachers. So of course when we were students, that kind of a atmosphere was not there. But nowadays, the entire teaching profession techniques has been changed. Now you can find a kind of friendly relationship between student and teacher. So try to imagine what kind of a relationship that you had in your school days with teachers. Were you ever punished by your teacher? How did you feel? So this is also a very common experience for every student, right? We used to be punished by our teachers and we used to be extolled by our students whenever we used to get good marks at like. So this is also one of the pre-reading activity. Were you ever rewarded or praised by your teacher? How did you feel? So now the next pre-reading activity is, have you ever rewarded or praised by your teacher? Generally, teachers are, they have some kind of a parochial approach towards the students, who score good marks in the classroom. This is what might have been happened to you also and me also. Sometimes I have praised, I have rewarded, and sometimes I have punished also in my school days. So try to recollect those memories of your personal. Then next, were you an introvert or an extrovert in school? What are you now? So this is a very, very typical, what you call psychological term that we are coming across, introvert and extrovert. Introvert means a person who doesn't want to mingle with everyone and who wants to seclude himself by not attending or by not participating in activities is called introvert. Generally, they always keep silence, right? And extrovert, in contrast, a person who makes friends, who makes fun, and who mingles with everyone, who participate in every activities, like extrovert. So try to imagine yourself, what kind of a student you were, whether you were an introvert or you were an extrovert. Okay, and now try to analyze yourself, what kind of a student right now you are. Okay, and then, did you look like being alone in a small group or among lot of people? So this is also a kind of exercise where you can find your comfort zone. If you're comfort with your friends, find it out. And if you are not comfort with your friends or company, find it out. Then you will come to know what kind of a man you are, what kind of a student you are. Then, do you recall any incident from your school picnics? Is it a happy memory or a painful one? So generally nowadays this system has been cancelled, because when we were studying our schools, we used to go to picnics to various places where we used to have a lot of happy, memorable experiences at that places. So try to recollect them. So now kindergarten is a school for young children below the age of 5. Now the title of our poem is Punishment in Kindergarten. So kindergarten is a school. Please listen it carefully. Kindergarten is a school for young children below the age of 5. So this is a kind of system, where pupils are not supposed to read or not supposed to do any kind of a homework in this particular class. So they have the intention of introducing kindergarten is in order to make student habituate to the school atmosphere. So this is the purpose, or this is the objective of kindergarten class. So where we can find only below 5 age pupils. Do you think the teachers in general are adequately trained to deal with the children of such a tender age? justify your response. Generally, I hope if you might have seen, particularly in terms of related with English medium schools, where kindergarten class teachers are different from other teachers, right? Since all those pupils are below 5 years age, so that is why extra care is supposed to be taken for these guys. So that is why you can find different kind of teachers of kindergarten class. Then next, psychologists suggest that our childhood experiences shape our adulthood personality. Yes, this is absolutely correct. Our childhood experiences mold us like anything. Our childhood experience, impact is major, is pivotal on our adulthood personality. So that is why I have just now I have told you my own experience when I was punished by one of my mathematics teacher. Since then I never sit in the front bench, particularly in mathematics class. And right now also I am very poor at mathematics. So that experience, molded me like anything. So, right now also I am very much scared of mathematics, and that is why I am not a master at mathematics. So that means whatever the psychologist says suggests that childhood experiences shape our adulthood personality. Do you think we can ever grow completely out of or forget our childhood? So sometimes it may be possible to forget, and sometimes it may not be possible to forget. But the impact of our childhood experiences, particularly in school, will mold our character, our personality like anything. So this is something about, pre-reading activity of punishment in kindergarten. Once again, I repeat, punishment in kindergarten, the poem's name is, the writer of this punishment in kindergarten is Kamala Das. So now let us go to author's biography. So Kamala Das, born in the Malabar region of Kerala. So she hailed from Kerala, particularly Malabar region. 1934 and 2009. She was born in 1934 and died in 2009. Like her work was marked by several twists and turns, she shot into popularity with her confessional mode of poetry, hitherto considered the domain of Western poets like Sylvia Plath. Sylvia Plath is one of the American women writers. So the works of Kamala Das is being compared with Sylvia Plath's work. So her style, her mode of poetry is what you call confessional poetry. Confessional means whatever the deeds that you have done in your previous life, those things have to be expressed without hiding. So that is what a confessional poetry, mode of poetry style. Already I have told you that her works resemble Sylvia Plath works of American woman writer, and she wrote candidly. Candidly means open, in openness, frank. Wrote candidly, making forays into the emotional lives of women. So in this way we can say that Kamala Das can be considered as a feminist writer. So feminist writer means a feminist is a person who raises his or her voice against the atrocities against the women. So dealing with women problems. Okay. So those kind of poets are called feminist. Right. So in this way, Kamala Das can be considered as a feminist writer. Her first book of poetry, Summer in Calcutta, came out in 1965. So this was her first work, Summer in Calcutta, the title of that book, that came out in 1965. But it was her 1973 collection, The Old Playhouse and Other Poems, that brought her wide recognition. So though she started her career in 1965 itself by her work Summer in Calcutta, she didn't become famous, okay? But in 1973, there is a work entitled The Old Playhouse and Other Poems in 1973 that brought her lot of recognition and lot of limelight, okay? And then her autobiographical work, My Story, 1976, and her experiments with prose received great applause. So one of her works name is My Story, that is autobiography of her own, right? And for which she received great applause, right? And then she was deeply influenced by her mother Balamani Amma, and she published many short stories and novels in imagery to explore a sense of identity. So here you can find the identity crisis which generally the women face in Indian society, okay? Whether it is in school, whether it is in real life, whether it is in profession, whether it is in marriage life, whatever it might be. So she was very much deeply influenced by her mother. Her mother name was what you call Balamani Amma. And then next she published many short stories and novels in Malayalam under the pen name Madhavi Kuti. So this is the pen name of Kamala Das. Madhavi Kuti is a pen name of Kamala Das. Thus drawing upon religious and domestic imagery to explore a sense of identity. So here in this line we can find in religion also and in domestic area also the women are being suppressed. So that is why she wrote works on religious as well as domestic in order to declare her own identity or the woman identity. So she writes about intensely personal experiences including her growth into womanhood. So this is nothing but the present poem which we are going to discuss has an autobiographical note. It is herself in this poem we can find if we read carefully. And then Punishment in Kindergarten is one such poem that dramatizes the trauma that she had undergone in school. So this is her own experience as a girl student, how she used to be in school days and how the atmosphere of school and how the teacher's behavior used to be in when she was a student. So this is the present poem, Punishment in Kindergarten, deals with her own experience as a student, child student. Now let us come to the poem. Kamala Das reveals in her autobiography that the poem is based on her experience during a picnic to Victoria Gardens in Calcutta. So Kamala Das herself revealing the fact, this poem is nothing but my own experience when I was a child and when I had been to picnic to Victoria Gardens in Calcutta. All right. While she was alone near hedge, hedge means fence, boundary. While she was alone near a hedge, the other girls were playing. So this is something, when we have started in the beginning, we have come across with two psychological words which are related to psychology, introvert and extrovert. So here in this line we have come to know that the other girls, other classmates of Kamala Das were playing somewhere in the ground, but whereas concerned to Kamala Das, she was sitting alone near a fencing or near a boundary formed by bushes like. Okay, so the other girls were playing. The insensitive teacher chided her for being alone. Now, as soon as her teacher saw Kamala Das sitting alone nearby hedge, she came to Kamala Das and started scolding her in a serious tone. Right? She ruminates over the childhood hurt with a sense of a matured detachment. So now that experience when she was a child and when she was scolded by her teacher, and now being a woman with a maturity, what kind of experience she had, and she tries to recollect. Ruminating means recollecting the past experience or past things that have been taken place. So now Kamala Das is trying to recollect all those experiences which she had in school days, particularly with the teacher who behaved with Kamala Das insensitively, because teachers definitely should have sensitivity. They have to deal with every children in equal manner. All right? So that is what child psychology means by. That is why, particularly for kindergarten school children, as I have told you, the teachers will be experts in psychology area. Right? And now Kamala Das, as a grown woman, she is trying to explain us, how she felt bad when she was a child and when she was scolded by her insensitive teacher. The poem juxtaposes the past and the present. So putting side by side, juxtapose means putting side by side, like the past and the present. So past means when she was a child, and present, right now what she is. Childhood innocence and adult experience. The sharp memory of pain and the blurred images of people, although the poet declares that there is no need to remember that picnic day. Now, let bygone be bygone. If we all try to dig all our past bad experiences, we cannot survive in this world. So that is why finally what Kamala Das says, there is no necessary to recollect that bad day when she had been to picnic to Victoria Gardens in Calcutta. The very fact that she recalls the experience so vividly shows that the pain is far from forgotten. Now, the days, the years have passed, so there is no need to recollect all those bad experiences, which may make hindrance to your development, your maturity and your attitude. So that is what she says. So this poem juxtaposes the past as well as the present. And now let us come to the poem. This is something about the poem, right, which I have read right now, and now we are going to the exact poem, right. Just those who are having textbooks, please follow the textbook, simultaneously listen to me, and those who are not having textbook, please listen to me carefully while I read. Today, now this is the beginning of the poem. Today the world is a little more my own. Today the world is a little more my own. Now she has grown enough. She became a woman, child to woman, and that is why she is possessively saying that whatever today world is, little or more my own. So I have created my own world for me. Now look at the confidence levels of Kamala Das as a matured woman. Today the world is a little more my own. No need to remember the pain. So now whatever the world which right now I am possessing is in mine. So why should I remember that pain? When I was a child, when I had been to picnic to Victoria Garden, where I had insulted, where I was insulted, where I was humiliated, where I was harassed by my teacher, why should I recollect that pain? So because right now today's world is more or less, it is mine, it is my own. So that is why what she is saying, why should I recollect that particular painful experience, right? A blue-frocked woman caused throwing words at me like pots and pans to drain. So now look at the third line of the poem. Particularly, Kamala Das is mentioning the dress of that particular teacher. So she may not recognize her name, but she wore at that particular time a blue frock. She wore a blue frock and caused throwing words at me like pots and pans to drain. So that teacher gazed Kamala Das while sitting alone, and she started criticizing, insulting by harsh words. That honey-colored day of peace, why don't you join the others? What a peculiar child you are. So the day was very nice. According to the poetess, the day was very nice. So that is why honey-colored day of peace. Actually, Kamala Das was enjoying the day along with her friends. But what happened? Due to her introvertness, she didn't mingle with her friends. She was sitting somewhere, and the teacher came, started criticizing this girl. See, look at the words that used by her teacher, that blue-frocked woman. Okay, why don't you join the others? Kamala Das, why don't you join with others? And what a peculiar child you are. Your friends are playing over there and you are sitting alone. What is this? It seems to be you are a peculiar girl, like, Otherwise, you could have go and join with them. So instead of joining them, instead of playing with them, you are sitting here. So you are a peculiar girl. So this is nothing but a kind of criticism. Now the second stanza. This is the first stanza. Today the world is a little more my own. No need to remember the pain. A blue-frocked woman caused it throwing words at me like pots and pans to drain. To drain means make something empty. Okay. Words at me like pots and pans to drain. That honey-colored day of peace. Why don't you join the others? What a peculiar child you are. So this is the first stanza. Now look at the second stanza. On the lawn, in clusters, sat my schoolmates sipping. So on the lawn at that gardens, Victoria Gardens, where they had been on a picnic. So on the lawn, in clusters, okay, cluster means bunch. In clusters sat my schoolmates sipping. So her classmates were sitting over there on the lawn. Okay, sipping, what they sipping? They were sipping sugarcane juice. Sugarcane, they turned and laughed. They turned and laughed. Children are funny things. They laugh in mirth at others' tears I buried. So the children are classmates of Kamala Das who were sitting on the land, okay, sipping the sugarcane juice, and just, looked at Kamala Das. They started laughing at her. So now Kamala Das is trying to draw the child psychology here in the fourth line. Children are funny things. They laugh in mirth. at others' tears. Here, mirth means gladness. What do you call? Amusement, gladness expressed in laughter. So, generally, the psychology of children, particularly in school time, say they laugh at people, whenever they see other fellow is weeping or something else like that, or not getting good marks. So these are all the things which comes under child psychology. So that is why Kamala Das in the fourth line she is drawing the psychology of children. Children are funny things. They laugh in mirth at others' tears. When others weep, children make fun of them. I buried. So she was buried means here she doesn't want to recollect all those things. She started my face in the sun warmed hedge and smelled the flowers and the pain. So here her face became anger, okay, like sun warmed, and smelled the flowers and the pain. So others were laughing at her, that made her with lot of pain and despair. Right. So this is the second stanza of the poem. And now look at the last stanza. Okay. The words are muffled. Now the laughing face is only a blur. The days have gone. The days have gone. So the words which her classmates as well as her blue frocked woman that said to Kamala Das are no longer able to listen. They are muffled. They are muffled now. That means they are muted right now, because I have grown enough, whatever the world that I have created for my own sakes. No, now all those words, they have become muted now. The laughing face is only a blur. Blur means we cannot get a clear picture of those children as well as those faces with whom Kamala Das spent in school days. The years have sped along, stopping briefly at beloved halls and moving. Okay, so now the years have gone, sped along, sped, past form of speed. So the years have completed, they run very fastly, very quickly, stopping briefly at beloved halts and moving. They will be halting, they will be moving. And then next, sadly on, my mind has found an adult peace. Now no longer I am a child right now. I am a grown enough woman right now, and at present I am at my adult peace. So she became very famous writer, applauded by so many people. Her works have become very famous in India as well as in the world. So whatever the world that has created by Kamala Das, she is considering that world is hers. And that is why she is getting a kind of adult peace. Now she is content with her life. No need to remember that picnic day when I lay hidden by hedge. So why should I go? Why should I why should I try to bring all those bad experiences, things which had taken place very long back when I was a child. So now I am grown enough, now I am settled, now I am matured, now I have created my own world of mine. So why should I remember all those things? Why should I dig all those past things? So let it be, let bygone be bygone. There is no use digging the past bad experiences. So now what she is saying in the final line, no need to remember that picnic day when I lay hidden by a hedge, watching the steel white sun standing lonely in the sky. So now finally what she says, I should not remember all those past things, bad experiences, because there is no need. And now I have grown enough, I have created my own world, I have created molded my own character, I have created my own personality, and now I have become a famous poetess, famous writer in India. People are praising me, people are reading my writings. So whatever, I have achieved so many things in my life, so that is why I am very much at peace and content with my life. So that is why I don't want to dig the past bad experiences. And like that, the poem ends, my dear. So this is what punishment in kindergarten, as far as concerned to our own experiences, also have a great influence on our personality. I let you share my own personal experience with you people. When I was studying second standard, one mathematics sir was there whose name was Boomaya, Kasa Boomaya sir. So I didn't know that the zero is supposed to be said as Pujam. So Pujam is a Telugu word. Actually, the other name of zero in Telugu is Sunna. Sunna. But as a child, I didn't know, instead of Sunna, actually it is said to be what you call Pujam. So when I was unable to say, or when I was unable to use this Pujam word, my mathematics sir started beating me like anything. He punished me like anything. Since then, I never sit in the front bench, particularly in mathematics class, till my SSC. So that experience, that bad experience, molded me to become scared of mathematics, which virtually, I tell you, that ruined my life. Okay, so what I mean to say is, so every one of us have these kind of bad experiences, good experiences. So the thing is, how you receive is very important. So if clearly, I am not good at mathematics, it doesn't mean that I am not good at other subjects. So I have taken it in a positive manner, in a positive way, and now I became English lecturer. So if I could have digged all those things, my mathematics sir punished me, I am nothing to do with subjects, I am fit for nothing. If I could have think like that, I wouldn't have become a lecturer in English. So for everyone, there will be bad experiences and there will be good experiences. The thing is, it depends upon how you receive the things and how you try to make your character, to make your personality well, in order to survive in this society. Because survival of the fittest theory, I hope you might have heard. So whoever wants to survive in this society, he has to struggle. Otherwise, people will make fun of you. So here ends your lesson, my dear, Punishment in Kindergarten by Kamala Das, and some comprehension number 1, where you will come across with short questions, and in comprehension 2 you will come across with long question, and in post reading activities, speak about yourself as a child and as an adult. Describe the differences and similarities in your personality. Recollect a happy or unhappy incident from your school days. Write about it. Explain why you still remember it. Discuss how childhood experience have a lasting effect on your personality. So here ends our today's class session. We'll meet tomorrow, my dear. Thank you very much.